and welcome to Roland's Reviews. Hope that everyone is having a nice, peaceful Sunday. All right. As you enter the chat room, please do me one small favor, if you will. Hit that little thumb. That is the like button. I'm already seeing the comments. Okay, this chat is going to be fire today. They've already started as they're entering the chat room. Oh my God. I can't with you all anymore. I just cannot. I love it. Also, if you have Facebook or other forms of social media, please do me a favor and share it on your platforms as well. Maybe we can bring more people into the conversation. Oh my goodness. If you'd like me to call your name out during the roll call, just say hello or send an emoji so I can see exactly who is here. All right. And look at the title. Some of you may be aware of that already. And so I wanted to share that with you, as well as some more hypocrisy and some things that they should be focusing on instead of, oh, well, we're not inviting, he's not going to lose any sleep. Okay. It's not that serious. Okay. Tijuana border jumper, how are you? It says he doesn't need to attend. He has 3 more years to clean up this mess, then relax the rest of his life. Tijuana, good point. Okay, my girls, how are you doing? My girl says, one thing is certain and 2 things for sure. Trump is not sitting somewhere crying about not being invited to a communist party. And second, he's not losing sleep over it. Boom. Exactly. Oh, I'm doing great, my girls. Hope that you are as well. Florida, of course, is doing great. How you doing? Glad you're here. Stacy, of course, is here. And how are you? Oh, you're loving the summer weather, my girls. And I'm a winter person. I prefer cold weather, but hey, that's neither here nor there. We have to deal with what we have, right, my girls? Baldwin Birds, how you doing? Jermaine is here. How are you? U.S. Army retired. Thank you for your service, sir. Says, I bet President Trump is losing a lot of sleep over not being invited. Boom. Vicky, how are you? Dorian is here. Good. Tina, how you doing? Glad you're here. Glad all of you are here. Darn advertisement for 1 minute as you came on. I know, U.S. Army. They won't go away. Connie, how are you doing, love? Trump could care less about the NAACP. Dorian, that is the least of his concerns. Oh my God. And so they're making such a big deal of it. And I'm like, he doesn't care, I'll bet when he heard he wasn't invited, he did his Trump shuffle. All right, U.S. Army. So some of you, if you were already aware of this, let me know. Hit that little thumb, folks. That is the like button. So that we can get this content shared out just a little bit more. So I just wanted to share this with you because, again, the NAACP is not doing anything except shilling for the Democrats and, of course, trying to continue to push the Democratic agenda so far as illegal immigration is concerned. And the only time we hear from them is when a white person does something to a black person. Now, when I'm done sharing this with you about the invite, snub, I'll share some things that they should actually be talking about and that they should actually be concerned about. But of course, they're not. Florida, I hope you behave today. If not, Miss Rowland will send you to the corner with Dorian Connie Mello. Florida, it's so bad I have to send people to the corner on a Sunday. But hey, it happens. So thanks for pointing that out, Florida. Dorian, I used to have universal respect for the NAACP. They just sold their souls. Oh, they're sold out, Dorian. They've been sold out. Again, the Congressional Black Caucus, these organizations have now become nothing more than an extended arm of the Democratic Party. So there you go. Ruby, this is akin to being 35 and not being invited to a party to Chuck E. Cheese. Boom. I'll leave it to Ruby to come in here and get it going. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Where are we here? NAACP can't afford it this year. There, you said fraud has been shut off. Boom. Yes. All the monies are being, they just showed, Tina, they just showed the race car. They're being racist. Oh my goodness. They went from Charles Houston, W.E.B. Du Bois to Ben Crump. Facts. Absolutely. And again, they aren't doing anything but harming Black people, and all they're doing is supporting the Democratic Party and their policies, which have been proven to be detrimental to Black Americans, the people that they are supposedly trying to help. So I just wanted to share this with you, and then some other situations that you may not be aware of. So they're making a big deal out of this because this has never happened before in their 116-year tradition. Boo hoo. Who cares? So anyway, they announced this, and if you were, how you doing, Monique? If you were already familiar with this, type a 1 in the comment section. I'm sure it wasn't even a blip on the radar for you. So anyway, they announced they will not invite President Trump to its national convention in July. The civil rights organization is breaking from its 116-year tradition of welcoming the sitting U.S. president to the annual event that draws NAACP supporters from around the country. The group says Trump is the first president it has declined to invite. Then I'm going to go over to their Instagram page and show some of their reasons why, so we can all get a laugh. Tina, no matter Republican or Democrat president, they should always get invited. Well, Tina, we know what this is about. So they're just doing what the Democrat Party tells them to do, like everyone else. My girl, you're already familiar with it, Monique, okay? The U.S. Army's playing there. He has his small violins again. Baldwin, I have not heard of this, but why would I be surprised? Right, Baldwin, you know the situation. Connie, I try to behave, Florida. Florida's trying, so everyone be nice to, Connie is trying. Okay. NAACP, so what? Crimea River, exactly. Ruby says NAACP equals non-African American Communist Party. Boom. Full of Marxists and socialists, pretty much. Don't be surprised if they invited Pastor Dorian. We know where they're going with this, exactly. The group says Trump is the first president it has decided to decline to invite. NAACP president and CEO Derek Johnson made the announcement Monday at a news conference in Charlotte, North Carolina, where the convention is scheduled to be held. The group also shared a statement from Johnson. Donald Trump is attacking our democracy and our civil rights. The president has signed unconstitutional executive orders to oppress voters and undo federal civil rights protections, Johnson said. He continually undermines every pillar of our democracy to make himself more powerful and to personally benefit from the U.S. government. Oh, my God. The White House responded sharply on Tuesday to the president's exclusion from the event. Trump declined, and they didn't mention this. And so they probably didn't want to be snubbed, and so that their feelings wouldn't be hurt. They just didn't invite him. Trump declined previous invitations during his first term. So this is what this is all about. They don't want their feelings hurt. They're trying to save face. Yes, my girls, Al Sharpton 2.0. Exactly. Dorian, these are the same people that claim taking down a Confederate statue is racial progress. Exactly. Instead of real progress, right? Going into impoverished Black communities and actually, trying to change the situation, but they're not going to do that. Dorian, these are the same people that begged Woodrow Wilson and FDR. Yeah, same people. Yeah. The NAACP isn't advancing anything but hate and division, while the president is focused on uniting our country, improving our economy, securing our borders, and establishing peace across the globe. White House spokesperson Harrison Fields said in a statement to NPR. You know, that's National Public Radio. We know they're left-leaning. This is the same vision for America that a record number of Black Americans, look at this, supported in the resounding re-election of President Trump. So again, they are out of step, right, with a lot of what the people that they say they are protecting and supporting, right? They're out of step. A lot of Black Americans voted for this. Exactly the things that President Trump is doing. So again, what else is new? The NAACP has welcomed both Democratic and Republican presidents to address the convention over the years. Presidents have historically used their remarks to build stronger ties with the Black community. So anyway, I won't read the rest of this. You already know, I'll skip here, I'll skip right here. You know that they've filed a number of civil rights lawsuits against the Trump administration since his return to the White House, including a challenge to efforts to cut federal funding to schools that use, of course, DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. The organization has also filed suit to block plans to dismantle the U.S. Department of Education. How you doing, Lanita? So yeah, hit the like button, folks. And if you're not already, please go ahead and subscribe. The little like button is to your left. It's a little thumb. Please hit that, folks. Thank you so much. And so the Trump administration has enacted a series of substantial changes that the NAACP says conflicts with its mission. So its mission, this is what it's saying, of achieving equality, political rights, and social inclusion for Black Americans and all people of color. Now, let me pause. The mission of achieving equality, political rights, and social inclusion for Black Americans. What are they doing except every time a white officer kills a white person, a white officer kills a Black person, they show up and they show their outrage. What else are they doing except using the race card and crying white supremacy and racism? What else are they actually doing? And of course, supporting illegal immigration. The changes include eliminating DEI programs in higher education and across the federal government, removing some Black historical figures from government websites, and restoring the names of military bases that originally honored white supremacists and owners of enslaved people. All right. Tina, Americans have equal opportunities of all colors here in this country. It's a free country. Boom. Yes, it is. Monique, Lyndon Johnson, FDR, and Truman. Truman was actually in the Klan. Why do you think they invited all those guys? Okay, that's from Monique. Okay, Julie, NAACP has not done a thing for FBAs after they started this Black and Brown coalition. Boom. Yeah, they started a Black and Brown coalition, but they don't do anything for the Black. So it's only in name, right? How you doing, Julie? Hit the like button, dear. So it's a joke. Connie, you said you noticed a change too. All right. Where are we? I must have missed a comment. Okay. So anyway, this is what they're saying. And let me show you their Instagram page, because I went to their Instagram page just to show you what they're talking about. Just unbelievable. If you're enjoying this content and you are not already subscribed, please do that now. Share this stream out on your various forms of social media. So here we go. How you doing, Sandra? Not invited. Okay. Right. Sandra, he's not losing any sleep. So I don't know why they think he cares. He doesn't. It's hard for me to defend them because their history is the one I have great respect. Dorian, I think you're not done typing there. Okay. So yeah, so this is what they had on their Instagram page. Shucks, I wasn't invited either. What shall I ever do? Please try not to cry, U.S. Army retired. Please don't cry. So anyway, they had this, and okay, let me go to this. And then they say they have their reasons why. All right. And look at this crap. He believes more in the fascist playbook than in the U.S. Constitution. This playbook is radical and un-American. I don't know what could be more un-American than what happened to Americans the past 4 years under the Biden-Harris administration, as this country was flooded with millions of illegals and just unleashed, and billions of American taxpayer dollars were spent on non-citizens. So I don't know how much more to me, that's un-American. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Right. The president has signed unconstitutional executive orders to oppress voters and undo federal civil rights protections. He has illegally, look at this crap, folks, turned the military on our communities, and he continually undermines every pillar of our democracy to make himself more powerful and to personally benefit from the U.S. government. So this is the crap they're spewing. Tina, all of our ancestors have fought to get us where we are, and we are here together, all together and free. They need to let it be. Boom. Thanks, Trump, for funding HBCUs, not Biden, not Kamala, or even Obama. Good point, Dorian. All right. So this is what they're saying. And look at this. Our annual convention is meant to be a safe space for all people, regardless of political ideology, who believe in multiracial democracy and the ideal of building a more perfect union. Yeah, let some Trump supporters show up there. I think we know how they would be treated. It would be a waste of our time and energy to give a platform to fascism, which would be unacceptable. Can you believe this crap, folks? Oh my God. Don't throw up your lunch. Please don't. Ruby, the NAACP is not relevant. Slow to act, has a middle class agenda, and still focuses on colorism. Right. Yeah, Dorian, I like your new icon. That's nice, dear. What's unacceptable is they want to boycott stores that's crippling Black people. Dorian, that's what I'm saying. Their agenda that they say is for Black Americans, it is actually detrimental to Black Americans. They're the Black gatekeepers, the Black vote. And I have some instances of what I wanted to share with you. So some of the things that they need to be talking about, they don't talk about. So yeah, Joe Biden gave them some Juneteenth federal holiday symbolism. That's all for votes. We know that. The NAACP has Stockholm syndrome. Boom. Yes, Midnight. How you doing, love? Yeah, he doesn't care. He has more important things. Hit the like button, folks. And to Ruby, I have to agree with Ruby. They're just not relevant. They are out of step, just like the Democratic Party, on what Black Americans want. And for the ones who don't follow the Democrats, they're dismissive of them. And remember, they kept saying, "Oh, it's just Russian bots." They still don't believe that a lot of Black Americans are conservative. So, and they say the numbers are faulty and all these other things, but they won't admit. So I'm going to close that out. Let me share something that they should be talking about, but of course we know they don't. So they're always talking about, oh, they're trying to help Black Americans, right? That's their spiel. Let me tell you something they should be talking about. So every year on Juneteenth, I don't know if you've noticed in this country, every year there's all kind of shenanigans going on in blue cities, liberal cities, of course. And you, if you've been here on the channel for a while, how you doing, Midnight? You've heard me talking about businesses that were closing down in high crime, high poverty Black communities. Now, again, I don't see them there trying to help any of these people, right? They're not. And then when white businesses who shut down because they're not making any money, because the people in that community, not all, but some, are stealing so much that they're not making a profit. They move out. People say, oh, that's racism. That's not racism. That's business 101. If you're not making any money, you're not going to continue to stay open. How many of you were familiar with this incident? Now, this is happening a lot. Now, the NAACP has said nothing about this, and this has been trending. It's been happening a lot in Chicago, but it also happens Baltimore, other blue cities, liberal cities, and no one says anything. So that's why I'm saying something about it. Yes, dine and dash, my girls. If you are familiar with this in the comment section, type yes. If you're not, just type no. So again, this is happening, and I don't hear Al Sharpton, Jamal Brown, I don't hear them say anything. If it's not a white person involved doing something to a black person, it is crickets. U.S. Army, you've heard of it? Okay. Dora, even defending the illegals that committed crimes and flooding them into black communities. Boom. Exactly. Monique, their sources of income have dried up over the years. What really in 2025 is the purpose of the NAACP? It serves no purpose. Boom. Yeah, Monique, all they're doing is basically, shilling for the Democrats and illegal immigration, which harms all Americans, but especially the people that you say that you're here to support, right? And that you're trying to help. Lanita, my local NAACP chapter leader is a woman about 90 years old. Like a turtle, she comes out in the same blonde wig and hat she was wearing 30 years ago, only for a picture, convention, or free dinner. Lord. Right. She's part of the Black Bolet, right? And totally out of touch. 90 years old. She needs to go to Shady Pines with Maxine Waters. So anyway, we know something, something always crazy is happening on Juneteenth. Why doesn't the NAACP say something? So I'm going to share this, some clips with you and see what you think. Because they're always, we need more black business. And they're always saying, we don't have black business because we don't have enough capital, or it's because of white supremacy and racism. But they don't talk about this, but I will. All right. If you're enjoying this content, and let me, before I play these videos, let me say, right, my girls, you're right, Roland, the founders of the NAACP. Yes, Monique, it's totally different. Totally. So let me say, because I know there'll be some people come in my comment section, which I have addressed a few people, cordially, of course. This channel does not bash Black Americans. I'm just showing you the hypocrisy. I am exposing the hypocrisy of the left, because the Black Americans that they say they love and want to help so much, these are things that are going on. They say nothing, but I will. All right. So Black businesses in Chicago, and it's not just Chicago. How you doing, Trish? It's not just Chicago. This is a problem, especially in blue cities, liberal cities. And again, nothing is said. So listen to this.
Local restaurant owners are noticing more people skipping out on their bills lately.
Tia Ewing has the latest on the uptick.
Now you see
and I actually pulled the video up. It's a lot clearer on TikTok, so you can see the culprits.
And now you don't. We've blurred the video because the trio hasn't been charged yet, but you can't miss that distinctive blue wig and the massive tab they left behind.
The server went to the table. They asked for the ticket to be split. She left from this table behind me to a few steps away, clicked the button. As she left, they got up one at a time and walked out.
3 days ago, the three women from Rochester, New York visited Soul Vibes in the Near North neighborhood to celebrate a birthday and left behind a surprise, an unpaid tab of over $200.
They actually ran out the door and ran and hid behind a service vehicle that was in traffic.
They decided to dine and dash after devouring chicken wings, Alfredo, and washing it all down with flights of drinks.
It's not violent, but it's a crime, and it affects us, and it affects our bottom dollar, and it affects our team members.
They were spotted on surveillance, leaving one by one within 30 seconds of the server stepping away. They also forgot that they signed up on the wait list before being seated. And
you're going to see these ladies on, the show America's Dumbest Criminals, because they had to put some of you to go out to eat to restaurants. You can go online, or when you get there, they give you the little device. You put your name, your address, and everything in there, your phone number. Yeah, Trish, yes.
including their name and phone number. And to add insult to injury, they posted this onto social media, thanking the restaurant for the free food while laughing at waitstaff like Chloe Jackson.
I'm here 3 days a week.
Their greedy crime comes with a much heavier cost.
Some places do make the servers come out and pay for those bills, but Fab and Soul Vibes here, they don't make us pay for it. That's really grateful, because $300, $400 could really break our bank for that day.
Sadly, dine and dash incidents are on the rise. The owners run 2 Soul Vibes locations and 3 I Can't Believe It's Not Meat restaurants. And in the last 6 months, they've seen an uptick in these type of incidents. These are just a few of the incidents they've recorded.
It's an industry of pennies and nickels. So when you get these dine and dash incidences, you know what I mean? The consumer or the people who are doing this dine and dash might think, oh, it's just $100. Yeah, but it's hurting the bottom line.
Now, a police report was made. Chicago police are now investigating. If charged, the suspects could face a Class A misdemeanor for theft of services under the amount of $500. That's punishable by up to 1 year in jail and a $2,500 fine.
All right, so I wanted to share that. Now I'm going to go back. I want to share, so I want you to see these ladies. I have a clear video on TikTok. So again, these are real serious situations where Black businesses are struggling because they're being ripped off. Why? I don't hear, maybe I missed it. Dorian, yes, I did hear. I know what's going on with Iran and U.S. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Dorian, once I get to the university, I want to change. Okay, change it. They're not laughing now, are they? Right, Tina? Smart women. The fat woman in the video must be doing the eat dash daily. Smart final is cutting out. American of color, how are you? This Constitution for the United States of America is the supreme law of the land. Yes. Hit the like button for me, please, folks. So let me show you. So again, and see, this is where I expose the hypocrisy. They don't say anything about this. This is really harming Black businesses. All they say is throw more money. We need more money, more capital, but they won't address the problem. So that's why we're doing it here. So let me pull up TikTok because I want you to see. And no one says it. They don't say anything about it. And if a white person says something about it, they're being racist. Go figure. Okay, and they think it's funny. And for people that don't know, when you commit a crime, why would you go on social media and you're laughing and you're bragging about a crime you committed? And this is hurting. Like I said, this is happening a lot, harming Black businesses. Has anyone heard Al Sharptongue, Ben Crump, the NAACP, the Congressional Black Caucus, or anyone from the left say anything about this crime against Black businesses that's putting some of them on the brink? Okay, let me get this started because I want you to hear it from the beginning. Maybe I missed it. Oh, Monique. Okay. Thank you. This tired old trope about white supremacy is a dead horse. Yes. Instead of addressing the root problem. All right, here we go. Listen, folks. All right. So I wanted to share that with you. A problem that's affecting Black business, and they don't say anything about it. Not even Pastor Jamal Bryant is speaking about that. Right. And it's a problem. My girls, no one was hurt or unalived, but some Black businesses are losing they started, they're always saying invest in open businesses in the Black community. That's what they did. And this is what's happening to them. And no one is saying anything about it. American of color, all living humans descend in an unbroken line purely through our mothers and mothers of those mothers back until all lines converge on one African mother, the mitochondrial Eve Black Trump. Okay, the most recent common ancestor of all living humans. Okay. My girls, he should be focusing on paying child support to his baby mom, Tori. Lanita, many in the NAACP are elderly and joined years ago. Yet, Lanita, that civil rights generation, they're still living in the past. Times have changed. And, right, it's not, yeah, that's a full-on era. And they're stuck, in that frame of time. The presence, the organization, they present the organization as if it's a form of insurance. If you have issues, they're targeting youth to join for the money and numbers only. Lanita, now I've talked to some Black Americans, and it's shocking me. Some of the older ones are opening up. Some in that civil rights generation I've talked to who had been members for years. And now they're like, no, all they do is take our money. They're not, so some of them are waking up, but not enough. Smart Final, I'll give them a free meal, bread, and water in jail. Right, Smart Final. Okay, thank you, Monique, for that update on what's going on in Michigan. Right, this is 2025, not 1955, and they haven't moved on. They're stuck. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. Let me show you this. So, and these are the business owners. And again, instead of addressing the issue, Black business owners, some on the brink, because they're being ripped off. Now, remember, I did a video a few months ago. Remember, I think it was, what was some stores that were shutting down, like Walmarts and Walgreens were shutting down. CVS, because they were like, we can't make money. Target, some of them were shuttered, and they were saying we can't make money, and they were accused. Remember, the NAACP had so much to say, and all these other extended arms of the Democratic Party were trying to call, racism, and they're leaving the Black community. They're not making any money. Can you blame them? That's why they're in business. And so, again, this is happening frequently. And they don't say anything about it. Dorian, boom. Exactly. He talks about the crime in the blue cities, but they're just like, oh, no, everything's fine. Just like before he sent out the National Guard to LA. Oh, no, it's fine. It's just peaceful protests. So why don't these woke revolutionaries say anything? They say they care about Black people. They're trying to help Black Americans. I missed it. Remember, they tell Black Americans, no, the reason you're failing or you can't make it, or if you fail, it's because of the white man, white supremacy and racism. That's their mantra. If they would stop thinking like they live on the plantation and wake up and realize it's their behavior that's causing the stores to close up and move on. My girl, they won't address that. They won't say that. They just say, no, we need more money to invest, more capital. That's what they say. And so when the white businesses leave, it's racism. When the Black businesses have to shutter because they've been stolen into oblivion, we just need more resources. In other words, more money. And again, you see they think this is a joke, and they think because they didn't use a weapon that this isn't a serious crime, but it is. Robbing Black businesses. And this is why they're struggling, and they blame it on the white man. and Brandon Johnson, he did a recent press conference, and you know he just blows smoke up your rear. But Democrats are doing themselves big favors. They're uniting people that are waking up to the truth only, that people are uniting against them. Boom. Good point, Baldwin. And so the liberal cities problem, they need communities of Black Americans that will support their business, not rob them blind. That's an issue. And so my girl, they're keeping them in a perpetual state of victimhood. My girls, did you see, I did a video on Thomas Sowell. Some people's career pathway is victimhood. If you want, I will drop the link for you. So what they might have to start doing, folks, and I still have another couple of clips to share with you, they might have to start requiring people to pay before they eat. And you know where we're going with this. Oh my God, they're doing this because I'm Black. This is racist. No, this is because of prior behavior. Now, someone like me, I'm not going to do that. I don't need to be on the news for trying to skip out on a meal, right? And you know, again, I don't know if you know this, if you are a teacher or an educator and you do something wrong, they splatter your face all over the news. I don't need to be on the news for that. Trust me. Okay, my girls, I will, dear. How you doing, Beverly? Where was the NAACP? Probably somewhere at one of their Boule parties, Robert. You know how it goes. So that's all they are totally irrelevant. And I'm looking for that. Yeah, I'll drop that link for you. So this is for my girl. My girl, here's the link for you, dear. Yeah, I did that just a few weeks ago. Some people's career pathway is victimhood. And how many of you are old enough to remember before you could pump your gas and then go inside and pay? How many of you are old enough to remember that? Lanita, I joined 12 years ago making 2 payments. Oh, wow. Of $250 each for a lifetime membership. They stole the money and I never got the membership or even a membership card. That year, the local went to convention. I'm done. Boom. All it is a money grab for them. They're not doing anything for you, Lanita. If you joined and they're out here trying to get illegals to stay in this country, which is detrimental to Black communities. Remember, I just did the video. And they asked, and then Jamal Bryant, he didn't want to answer. The white reporter respectfully asked, why are you supporting illegal immigration when it especially harms Black communities? And Jamal Bryant passed that microphone because he didn't have an answer. Prepay at gas stations and buffets because of drive-offs of Dine and Dash. Ruby, yes. Okay, Vicky remembers. My girl. Okay, so some of you are old enough to remember. Now, when you pull up to get gas, right, you have to pay first because people were driving off. So that's not racism, but businesses are in business to make money. And they won't address that. Ruby, you beat me. We both beat Miss Rowland. What did I? Yeah, okay. U.S. Army retired. You remember that? Yeah. Drive over a tube at the gas station and someone came out. Ruby, I'm old enough to have. Yes. I remember that. Vicky remembers. Yes. So again, stop with it's racism, it's white supremacy, and you won't even address these issues. I'm over it. You sell out. You've already, the NAACP, the Congressional Black Caucus, all of the Black shields that we talk about on a daily basis, Al Sharpton and Ben Crump and all these other people, Jamal Bryant, they're all bought and sold, right? And then they come to Black Americans who are not supporting the Democratic cause, and they call us all kinds of horrible names, and they don't say anything about these people who are actually harming other Black people. I don't kill, I don't steal from other Black Americans, but I'm the bad person because I don't support the Democratic agenda. Okay, right. So, and they're always talking about, oh, we're trying to build generational wealth. How can these Black businesses build anything when the Black people in their communities are stealing them out of business, and these people don't say a word? People who come and watch the video, please don't leave horrible comments. I'm not saying every single person in these communities, but enough are doing it where the businesses are suffering. That's why I'm talking about this. That's why I'm talking about this hypocrisy, things they won't discuss. Hit the like button for me, please, folks. Dorian, DEI didn't generate wealth for Black people in the first place. Facts. Dorian, Roland, don't worry about nothing. I'm going to change all that when I join. Okay, Dorian. Robert, why didn't they say anything when the girl lost her life? Robert, they're not going to say anything because it wasn't a white person that killed that little Black girl. You have to be white. It has to fit their narrative. If you're not white doing something to a Black person, oh, they won't say a word. No. Will they say every time a white reporter asks them, well, what about the high rate of Black on Black crime? They won't say a word. They come up, well, we need more money, more resources. Stop it. All right, let's watch this. And so you get to hear, now these are Black business owners that invested in the Black community. So this is just one. I can show you 1,000 videos. This is just one set of business owners that are suffering. And they don't say a word. Okay.
With this summer-like weather, this is an important time for local restaurateurs to make income from outdoor dining. When some would-be patrons left without paying their bill, some local business owners took to social media. The outdoor patio is all set for the season at Flav's in University Village. But yesterday evening, surveillance cameras caught 3 people leaving without paying a $200 bill for a shrimp and lobster dinner, according to the owners.
The young lady who was serving their table, she got kids at home. She gets a percentage of that tip. She worked hard to serve their table. They had a lot of food. It's actually disappointing. It's very disappointing to see that from the community that we actually serve, because we pour into our community. We're a small business, and I see this happening so often to a lot of different small businesses throughout the city. And we got to do something.
What they did, posted on social media. Owners Phil Simpson and Andrew Bonsu say it wasn't long before people online identified the trio. Simpson said he's been texting one of them and someone actually offered to pay their bill. But Simpson says it's a bigger issue of would-be patrons taking from servers and this Black-owned business that struggles to keep prices affordable despite the cost of goods and services going up.
They apologized. They sent someone up here to pay the bill, but I declined to accept it. At that point, it was just like, we're gonna pursue this the right way.
And we see this dine and dash really hurting the independent restaurants.
Sam Toya is the president of the Illinois Restaurant Association. He says this theft, known as dine and dash, has been increasing since the pandemic, and outdoor dining establishments see even more this time of year.
Definitely picks up in the summer months, and in Chicago, what do we get? Maybe 60 days of great weather that you can eat outside.
Us to actually put our hard-earned money to set that up for our community and to see things like this happening, it's kind of like, it's tasteless. It's important to, now to at least let them know, like, yo, Flav's is not going to be tolerating the dine and dash.
The owners hope that word is spreading on social media so that those who might be tempted to dine and dash would consider who they're hurting.
So again, maybe I missed it. Has anyone heard them say anything about this? Hit the like button for me, folks. We have about 60 people in here. Only about 45 people have actually hit that little thumb. That is the like button. Please hit that for me. Thank you so much. Dorian said this is just disrespectful. They should be paying cash and carry. Yes. These gutter rats use stolen, bad, or fake credit cards that usually don't work and see theft as a game just like mall theft. That's a good point, Lenny. It's because you saw they were laughing. If you could see closer, they thought it was funny, and they don't realize that waitress, those are tips she didn't get. The restaurant already struggling, and this is what they're doing. And then again, you go and to add insult to injury, which a lot of these people in this age group, they go do something stupid and they post it. They go post, thank you for the free food. And then, you know, when they find out, oh, you've been reported, now they contact the business owners. Oh, we want to pay. No, you need prosecute. I'm with you, Ru. Hey, make an example, prosecute. And again, to stop, I don't care who wouldn't like it. I would start requiring payment before you get your food. And that's how they have to operate. I don't think people go into businesses to give away free food and services. Boom. American of color, pass and carry the mitochondrial Eve. Okay. So again, things that they should be discussing, they don't. Why? Why is the only thing that they talk about the white man, racism and white supremacy? And now, of course, illegal immigration.
All new from us.
And again, I could go on and on and on. Let me hold on. Let me take this down. So these are things that would really help Black businesses, but they don't say anything. They'll show up uninvited. There will be some sort of retaliation. Okay, sassy mess. I must have missed a prior statement. Hit the like button for me, folks. That is the little thumb. So this is what is going on. And again, if you remember, if you've been here, I've talked about businesses leaving. And I actually when I moved to a different town one time, I went to a Dollar General. I wasn't familiar with the town, but I saw a Dollar General. I stopped in and I'm like, oh, I just found you. And, you know, she was like, well, you know, we're closing. And I was like, so I know, and I didn't live in that community, but I heard, you know, that, like I said, I had just moved to an area and I was driving, you know, to an adjoining town. And the lady said, well, we can't make any money because people are coming in here and they're stealing everything. I was like, wow, you know, so, hey, it is what it is. But the things, the issues that they need to be discussing, they don't say a word. And that's where I have a problem. I really do. They don't say anything about the dine and dash and how the Black businesses are being harmed. Ruby, at some point, we will have to place a credit card on hold before eating because of hooligans. Boom. Exactly. And lose me with the, oh, it's racism. No, it's not. It's not racism. All it is the hoodlums and hooligans have ruined it for all of us, basically. And that's just where we are with that. And if you read some of the comments that people make, I was like, wow. And so that's why when people see, sometimes people have a bad experience, they will say, oh, they'll look at you and think you're going to do the same thing. And then you think, oh, they're being racist. Well, you don't know what they just experienced. Hit the like button for me, please, folks. And so I can show you some of the, let me show you some of these, they're not nice, but oh well. Let me show you some of the things that people are saying. So sometimes when people are like, oh, this is racism, it's just they've had experiences. All right, hit the like button for me, folks. 84 people in here, only 55 have hit that like button. So look at this. Now, to be honest, I've heard this from other I've heard this from Black waitresses. So some of the comments here, I know it sounds cruel. I've heard it. And some of you may have heard this. And here's another reason why waiters and waitresses don't want to wait on tables with Black customers. Now, they say the worst are the people that come in after church. They run you to death and then they don't leave a tip. So look at these, look at some of these statements here, folks. Pattern recognition isn't racism. Make dine and dash a felony. That may help. Oh, yeah. Mayor Brandon Johnson, he'll just blame. Oh, it's just Trump. Just Trump. And thank God these business owners are pressing charges. Stop letting people off the hook. No respect, no integrity, no accountability. That's a blue city for you. Hit the like button for me, folks. So these are the comments that people are leaving. And this is where we're headed. It won't be long before restaurants start requiring proof of payment before you even get seated. And we can thank the hoodlums and the hooligans for their hood rat behavior. And they get mad if you say, if a Black person says something, you're a sellout. If a white person says something, they're racist. They don't want you to say anything to them. Everything should be okay. No money for a hard work. And this is, look at this. No money for a hardworking business, but I'm sure they spare no expense for their horse hair, caterpillar lashes, fake nails, and BBLs. Boom. See where we're going with this? Dorian, it has to be Black children sticking. I'm not sure what you're saying, Dorian. My girl, they just don't want accountability. No. And they're laughing. Robert, what makes me angry, they didn't say anything when all these illegals were placed in the Black community. Right. That's what the NAACP, that's what they're on right now. They're not saying anything about this. Black businesses that are being harmed. Thank you, Monique. This is setting Black children. Yeah, it's setting a bad example. And they're complaining, oh, Black people can't make it because of white supremacy and racism. No. And you're always asking people to invest in the Black community. And when they do, this is what they get. Look at this right here. This is what I was just telling you. Gas stations started prepay almost 20 years ago. Yeah, this is why I was asking, how many of you remember you could pull up and pump gas and go in and pay? This is why people say ratchet fatigue is a thing. The stereotypes aren't going away anytime soon. And then here's this. Now, who is this? Sixer Iverson. Where's the outrage? And look at all these people he listed, all these Black shields and Black puppets of the extended arm of the Democratic Party. Right. If you're enjoying this content, folks, please hit the like button. Also, please hit that subscribe button so that you can receive more content like this. And again, there's the NAACP is supposed to be supporting Black people. No. And it's so sad. And look at these comments. This is why servers never want the Black tables. Here's another interesting comment. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that your people are of the same skin color. Your people are the ones that share the same values and morals. Boom. That's why we say on this channel all the time, stop looking at skin color. And I think McDonald's is leaving Chicago. My husband stopped a Black customer at the next table from stealing the tip we left on the table for the waiter. Okay. So, yeah, this is what we're up against. Okay, U.S. Army, thanks for dropping in, love. Robert says, send the NAACP to Shady Pines. Boom. Yes. And I was watching right here where Chicago McDonald's is leaving Chicago because of crime. Is that not what we're talking about, folks? And again, I did a video on this a few months ago. They get mad when these businesses leave. When has the NAACP said anything about the crime? Oh, now they're making me answer this ad. I don't know. Just skip it because I've. And how many of you, not just the crime, how many of you have seen the same videos I've seen where these ratchet people from the hood are in there fighting, destroying property? No one says anything. Just, we need more money. Why? More money for you to waste? Exactly, Monique, never. A server's biggest nightmare, a table of black ratchets, midnight. Yeah. And they get mad. Oh, I'm being profiled. Well, look at your behavior. It's not racism if you're wrong.
Downtown Chicago. What's this about?
People who work in the Loop are often looking for a quick and affordable lunch. That includes us here at CBS.
Some of our colleagues noticed there used to be lots of McDonald's locations nearby. Check out all those golden arches. But one by one, you can see most have disappeared.
Whoa.
The golden arches on Clark, not there.
Wow.
No more Big Macs at this Loop location either.
Ooh.
4 McDonald's gone within a 10-minute walk of each other.
What
is going on?
I think that would be a question for McDonald's.
Oh, we asked them, but got an appreciate you reaching out reply.
Seems.
And see, they're afraid to say anything. And McDonald's corporate, they know if they tell the truth about why they had to close down, they know the NAACP and all of these black shills and puppets are coming after them, crying, screaming racism. And so they can't come out and tell the truth about why they had to close. Doran, they're contributing to the problem. Yeah, they won't even mention it. How you doing? Do something good. Hit the like button, folks. Thank you. And so this is why we're still in this same situation. Dollar Tree and Dollar General in the hoods get hit the hardest. They walk in with kids and rob them blind. Okay, Lanita. So, Lanita, 3 have closed in my neighborhood because of theft. CVS and Walgreens left too, Lanita. And remember, what do they come out and accuse these businesses of? Racism. They're discriminating. No, they're not. They're being robbed into oblivion. They're not making any money. And again, they can't come out and say, you know, we're not making a profit because all of our merchandise is being stolen. They can't come out and tell the truth. But the people in those communities know. Doran, I still eat McDonald's despite what Pastor Bryant said. Yeah, we ignore him. So cities are store desert. Yes, midnight. And they, again, the things that this is why I exposed the hypocrisy. They should be saying something about this crime rate or trying to do something about the crime rate. You collect all this money. Black Lives Matter collected millions of dollars. They invested nothing in Black communities, right? Hit the like button, folks. We have 100 people in here and 63 likes. Let's get the likes up. Thank you so much. So this is why I am continuing to expose this hypocrisy. You're saying that you're in business to help Black people, right? NAACP, you don't say anything. This is very prevalent in blue cities, liberal cities, right? And they don't do anything. So what about those Black jobs Trump was talking about? When these places close down, there go a lot of Black jobs. You don't say a word, NAACP. Why not? Oh, because it goes against the Democratic agenda. That's right. Boom. So I'm just saying, this is not right. And the NAACP should be ashamed of themselves. They've done nothing but become an extended arm of the Democratic Party. They do nothing for Black Americans. They're only trying to help illegal aliens. That's all. If you've noticed, everyone, all right, Black shields and puppet masters, everyone, illegal aliens, they see Americans as a whole, as a collective, support Trump as it relates to immigration. They are still choosing to die on that hill. Again, look at all the Black jobs that are lost when CVS, Target, Walmart, McDonald's, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, when these stores close and they don't say a word. Nothing. McDonald's in Fairfax, Virginia will not allow anyone under 21 to enter alone because of fighting and robberies. Boom. Oh, but Ruby, that's because of white racism, right? And white supremacy. That's why they keep the Black kids out, right? Yeah, sure. So this is why the problems never change, because they won't address the problem. Boom, like we do here. The NAACP is useless. Again, all they're trying to do is continue to push the Democratic agenda. So all of these places that are shutting down, these are jobs that are being lost. No one addresses the people involved, the hooligans and hoodlums. No, they're just, don't say anything to them or you're racist or you're a sellout if you're Black. Midnight, they have some stores in Detroit where virtually every item is behind bulletproof glass. You have to ask for items and pay first, and then they put it through a whole Midnight. Exactly, or they wouldn't make any money. Exactly. Hit the like button for me, please, folks. So this is what's going on. Let's see what Cash is saying, and I agree.
Going on here, but before we get to the real truth of why these places might be shutting down, have you ever been to an inner city McDonald's that made you feel safe and secure?
Interestingly, McDonald's global headquarters is only about a mile from the Loop.
Wow.
Why are they hightailing it from their hometown? Again, no explanation from corporate.
And of course, Brandon Johnson is, we just need more resources. No, you need to get rid of your crime problem. Oh, that's right. You can't do that. You're focused on the illegals. That's right. I forgot. Here we go.
Yeah, they don't want to say.
Outside source told us crime and tensions with the unhoused were a factor for at least one of the closures.
Crime. That's exactly what's taking place at McDonald's in many parts of the country. But interestingly, even in New York, where you see some of this at its most intense, these stores have found a way to stay open because they're near America's busiest train station and they're by Times Square, where people can place mobile orders and then flee the store as soon as they get their food.
Illinois Restaurant Association had another theory.
I know that since 2020, restaurants have seen an increase of 35% labor costs, 35% purchasing costs, and almost 20% in fixed costs.
That'll do it.
Now add to the recipe consumers cutting back on fast food. You've noticed the vacancy signs around, but they don't scare you.
Sometimes, for sure, you see, you come this way and you're like...
Okay, so this guy here, he's in a super high-end looking restaurant here. He's not serving fast food. Yes, people are cutting back on fast food because it's no longer fast. It might not actually be food, and the price is way up. But there's another reason why stores are closing, and it's because they're attracting the wrong type of foot traffic, and that tanks these places. They have to shut down.
Most retailers look for ways to increase foot traffic. But the McDonald's at 2154 Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn is doing the opposite. As the sign on the door shows, anyone under 20 needs an ID or a parent, while some dislike the new door policy being enforced by a trio of security guards and backed up by NYPD officers outside.
The police.
The reasoning is plain. McDonald's locations are all too often the scene of violent crimes, and both the victims and perpetrators can often be young.
And they don't say anything about this. Lord Jammer, how you doing, love? They say nothing. And that's why you hear me talking about some of these issues that they have never talked about. And when someone does ask a question, they don't answer it. Nolan, how are you? The NAACP should pull a Trump, invite him and wait until he publicly accepts it. Then 2 days later, change their mind and uninvite him. Nolan, he's not. Well, he's already, they invited him, I think, first term, and he didn't go. Because every time he is invited to something by, NAACP or remember the National Association of Black Journalists, he's ambushed. So no one, deserves to be treated like that. American of color, back until all lines converge on one woman. Okay. So I'm just saying, folks, these are the things. And again, I did a video. I can drop the link. I did a video months ago about this and how they don't say anything about it. McDonald's can't come out and tell you the truth because then they'll be accused of being racist. They can't come and tell you, well, these thugs and hoodlums come in here and commit crimes and destroy property, and we're not making any money. Okay, and that it is what it is, folks. And Robert, the NAACP, no, they're not going to say anything about that. If it's not about a white person harming a black person where they can run out, oh, it was because of white supremacy and racism, they don't say a word. How many of you were here? I did the video. I showed you the video the other day where the officer in Pennsylvania, my former home state, abused that. It was a white boy. Has anyone seen that all over the internet? If he had been black, it would have been everywhere. So that's why I shared it with you. If it doesn't fit their narrative, they're not saying a word, folks, and that's truth. Yes, Lord Jammer, the NAACP is a joke. And I'm glad I'm hearing that civil rights generation, some older Black Americans say, they're just taking our money. They're not doing anything. And I'm like, and I just sit there and smile, and I don't, I know they're Democrats, so I don't really go into it, but I'm like, yes, they're finally waking up. They're not doing anything for you. They're just an extended arm of the Democrat Party. That's it. And we know the Democrats aren't going to do anything for Americans. You have to be an illegal to get anything out of the Democrats. Let them continue to die on that hill. They will never, ever win another election. And it is what it is, folks. So yeah, that's where we are. And they just continue. There's even one, where was it? Yeah. Other businesses in Chicago are just shutting down. They can't make any money. They're being robbed into oblivion. Those liberal policies. Connie, they don't. Accuse AI. Oh, Ruby said now they're trying to figure out a way to accuse AI of racism. That's their old go-to. And Chicago, they're not being held accountable. And it is what it is. So start arresting these people. And McDonald's, it's okay. You can come out. Well, no, they really can't. But these businesses, they can't come out and tell you why they had to shut down. But we know, Joey, I wish people would all just get along. President Trump has a heart and truly is an advocate for the Black community and everyone. Joey, I agree with you. I agree. He's just being bombarded, from so many, places. People are just, they just, it will wear you out, right? Trying to, understand what the Democrats are on right now. But we know what they're on. They're on this agenda to, they want these people to stay here, but they have got to go. They've got to go. And that just, it is what it is. He's trying to clean up this problem 4 years. 4 years. And then I can show you, I won't play the volume because we're talking, but I'll show you another Target. These are things that are going on. Where is it here? Okay. Let me pull it up. These are things that are going on. Hit that like button, folks, if you are enjoying this content. Ruby, it's not rocket scientists. Lord Jammer, these same people. Lord Jammer, right, said math. They said math was racist. Come on. What can you do? That's their go-to. That is your go-to. They're not going to confront any issue. I remember in the 90s when I used to watch Larry Elder, and of course, what was his face? A No Spin Zone, Bill O'Reilly. And every time they asked questions, they were never answered. Never, ever. And I can show you, it's sad, folks, for the old people. Brittany, how you doing? It's sad for the older people who are stuck in these communities and they don't have anywhere to go. So I can show you, and you see the older Black people. This was, let me go right. I can show you some there's short clips and long clips on why they're shutting down. And this is in Chicago as well. This is an ongoing problem, and they don't say anything. And again, the older people are stuck.
And Hatchet don't know what to do now that more Walgreens locations will be closing down.
It's a bad issue. It's bad. We need Walgreens. We need it because our medicine, we're seniors.
The second largest pharmacy store chain in the U.S. announced it's closing.
Why are they closing? Someone type it in the comment section. Hold on. I might have to close something out here because this thing is. All right, hold on. I might have to. It was buffering a bit, so I'm going to have to get this. All right, I think I got it. All right, let's try again. Hit the like button for me, please, folks. Oh, yeah, everything's racist to them, yeah.
5 stores by the end of February in neighborhoods on the city's south and west sides.
Walgreens they still trying to make their money, but they don't want to do it in the black and brown community.
In an emailed statement, a spokesperson for Walgreens says the most recent closures are a part of a previously announced business strategy calling for the shuttering of 1,200 locations over 3 years, adding in part, increased regulatory and reimbursement pressures are weighing on our ability to cover the costs associated with rent, staffing, and supply needs. It's never an easy decision to close a store.
Is disappearing.
While at an unrelated event advocating for affordable housing for seniors, community activist Reverend Robin Hood says the closures will be a devastating blow for those already struggling to get their medications.
And Walgreens is wrong for coming in this community all these years and then closing it up.
After seeing several drugstores close in recent years, Del Car drugstore owner Edwin Muldrow, whose father opened in 1960 what is now the only Black-owned drugstore left in Chicago, says when corporate pharmacy chains abandon communities, they leave behind pharmacy deserts.
So when you take the prescription services out of the community, where are the seniors going to go and purchase food, purchase basic healthcare items?
No suburban locations are included in this planned closure. Walgreens says the locations scheduled for closing should be shuttered by the end of next month.
Watch. So again, now to me, this would be something worthwhile for the NAACP to, try to help with. But no, they're not going to do that. Monique, people in Chicago need to stop voting Democrat. Boom. Thank you. Thank you. So exactly. So again, that's why I like to talk about these issues that they won't. They're over here trying to get, the illegals to stay, and the things they should be working on, they're not saying a word. So that's a problem. Hit that like button for me, folks, if you are enjoying this content. Also, if you are not subscribed, please do. subscribe so you can continue to get this information. So there are a lot of food deserts being this happening in Boston. So I could show you a gazillion places. But yeah, that's what's happening. So that, to me, that's something worthwhile that the NAACP could work on. Because I mean, you said that you're doing things for Black people, right? But you're not. So stop it. You're really not. All right. So that's what I wanted to talk with you about. So Trump could care less that he's not being invited. It's not that serious. I don't know why they're making such a big deal of it. Trump is just cleaning up the mess. Yeah, they don't understand. Exactly. Do something different. Republicans, law and order. Yeah. And again, yeah, happy Sunday to you, Lloyd Jammer. Yes. So again, I wanted to show you. And again, I can, where's that video? I did a video on this already. It's been a while. But that's what they're into. And of course, the big bad Black woman that they put in Times Square for symbolism. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, that's nice. Get out of here. That's what they're into. But anything that would actually benefit Black Americans, they're silent. They don't say a word. Okay. And the race hustlers out here, telling you to boycott Target. When those Black Americans who actually work there and they lose those jobs, where are they going to be to help them? So you're saying that you're out here to help? Seems to me like you're harming. Okay. Let me see. And remember, race hustlers were telling us to boycott McDonald's because they pulled their DEI. So again, you do that and, well, those jobs will be lost. So where are we here? Okay. All right. My Girl, it was a play on Janet Jackson's song, What Have You Done For Me Lately? Exactly. My Girl, the man trying to blame Walgreens needs to tell the young hood rats to stop stealing and get a job. Well, see, that's what we're saying, My Girl. They don't say anything. They just let these people, and then, the older people, what are they going to do? And they're probably afraid, it's just a sad situation. What are you going to do? In the scheme of things, again, to me, NAACP, some of these Black Democratic shills step in and say something, but they don't. They blame it on the white man like they do everything else, instead of on the criminals who are actually committing the crimes. My girls, if they really wanted to change, the first step would be to stop voting blue. Boom. And help the youth get their life on track. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Where are we here? Okay, so that's all I pretty much wanted to talk with you about today. Just talk about the hypocrisy of the NAACP. And depending on where you live, you may, if you have them, if they're doing something locally where you live, type it in the comment section. But from the people I have talked to, they're just utterly dismayed. And like I said, these are people I talked to from the civil rights generation who have always been a member of the NAACP. So when they started talking like that, I was like, whoa, I know I'm not just having hallucinations. Which is, like I said, it's a good thing that people are waking up. If you say you're, the Congressional Black Caucus, and again, I say it over and over again, look at these people in these organizations that purport to help Black Americans. You need to see where they were born. Where were their parents born? Because look at all of them. They're all advocating for Black communities to continue to be flooded with illegal aliens. And that is detrimental to the Black community. And I tell all, not just the Black community, if you're an American citizen, go get these jobs. Okay, Scott, ouch. That must sting like a meat hornet for a guy with such a fragile ego. He officially sucks now, even the NASCAR dads. Now you can't unsee it. Okay. NAACP needs to go into the Black community and say, stop stealing from me. Say something, Robert. Do something. One of many people would invite Trump to prison. Okay, one of many. More people would invite Trump to prison. Okay. So that's where we are, folks. Hit that like button for me and hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content. So I just wanted to come on for a bit and share that with you, because I didn't know if all of you were aware of that. Okay. So anyway, the NAACP, get over yourself. To me, you're just no longer relevant, because you are not you're not advocating for Black Americans at this point. So why Ruby NAACP has outlived its usefulness, if it ever had any. Okay. Don't worry, I'm going to change. Okay, Dorian said he's going to join the NAACP and change. And just like these other organizations we talked about, how you doing, Agent Orange? The older crowd needs to go on, right? They need to go on, and you need some fresh thought, like the old people in Congress and the old senators. It's time for you to go to Shady Pines. We need younger people with some fresh new ideas. So Dorian, you're going to join the NAACP and make it better. Do it. Get some other younger people. Agent Orange, NAACP, Sharpton, and Jackson are nothing more than grifters. It's all about money. Yeah, everything has become a money grab. And that's just what it is. Hit that like button for me, folks. That's all it is at this point. Yeah. Get some young people, get these old people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. They need to go home and relax. Enjoy the rest of their lives. I'm just saying. Because what they're doing now, it's just not, no. Yeah, just, one of many, no one over 65 should be allowed to be in office. One of many, that's a good point. I mean, let's just be real. The older you get, you know, your cognitive, everyone has cognitive decline at some point. I'm just saying. Steve, NAACP was created by the little hats. Okay. So I know they're going to move the goalpost for me, and that's perfectly okay. Yeah, but Robert, where is Robert? They don't have one. They should be in a retirement home, right, Dorian, enjoying the rest of their days, right? Term limits, term limits, term limits. Boom. I definitely, Lord Jammer, I don't know if you've been here. I've been saying that forever. We need term limits. We really do. Ruby said, good night. Ruby's going to bed early. Good night, Ruby. Hit that like button for me, please, folks. And also share this content out on your various forms of social media. And hey, what the heck? Okay, oh, we got a lot of people that joined. Oh, wow. I had a lot of people to come in and join. Oh, my goodness. I had over 10 people to subscribe today. All right. Truth bomb. I love it. Love, love, love. Thank you so much, folks. So keep in mind, here on the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel, since we had so many people to subscribe, we expose hypocrisy and we try to bring you the truth. Brian, the fact that she would not read my Biden comment shows NAACP is useless. Brian, what NAACP, what Biden comment, unless I missed it? I had about 100 people come in today. So if I miss your comment, when there are a lot of people, Brian, if I missed your comment, dear, type it again. One of many, the old stars die out and the new ones are born. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness. I agree wholeheartedly. And again, the old people, you put in your time. Go home. Like we said, Maxine Waters is almost 90 years old. Go home, enjoy the rest of the time that you have left. What the heck? These people are too old. They have their time and they can't take away the young generation's time. Yeah, everyone has a swath of time. When your time is up, move on, right? I told you in my career, that's going to be coming up in the next year or two, right? In my career, I can do another year or two, and then I can retire with full retirement benefits. So Nancy Pelosi, all of these people, go home. I don't get it. Let's be real. When you get to 50 years old, you have more years behind you than you do ahead of you for the most part, except for, people who live to be 100 plus, which, isn't a lot of people. But I'm saying Mad Maxine needs to give James Brown his weed back. Lord Jammer, don't make her give up the James Brown wig now. Come on. And so we do need a change of the guard, if you will. Because these younger people, they're not listening to this stuff that you're preaching anyway. If you go on social media, as much as I'm on social media, the people that aren't in that civil rights generation, they don't want to hear this crap. And they're the ones saying, no, we don't support this illegal immigration. No. A lot of them are like, no, 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 no. You don't see them out here marching, do you? Who's telling them to march? The Democrats and all of these black shills, these black gatekeepers and black puppets have been trying to get Black America out to protest against ICE. And they're saying, no, 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 no. ICE, here's some people over here that are illegal. Come and get them. So you're out of step. You are definitely out of step. You see the older, right, black bole, the black gatekeepers and the black shills and puppets of the Democratic Party. Those are the people who are out here saying we stand with illegal immigrants. The older civil rights generation. Everyone else is like, nope, we're good. They're so greedy, like an old car that has high miles. No one wants it anymore. Time for the junkyard. Yeah, I guess that money, is so good, but they don't realize you have millions now. Go home. Please, go home. Okay, so that's where we are, folks. American of color, ICC step, yeah. And this is the referendum that the American people voted for. So stop putting these people on TV crying, trying to pull our heartstrings. This is what America wants. Even legal immigrants. I did a video yesterday. Legal immigrants want this. I'll drop the link for it. Legal immigrants want this. And they're angry, saying, when I came, I had to work hard. Becoming an American citizen takes work and money. And they're like, I had to work hard. I wasn't given free housing, $10,000 a month in food stamps like some of these people are given, and all the other freebies, free phones, free mopeds. Oh my God, cars, everything. And so they're like, get them out of here. So we're not an anti-immigrant channel, but we are a pro-American channel. I just dropped the link from Saturday's video. If you'd like to check it out, please do. Also, please hit that little thumb. That is the like button, and that tells YouTube that you are enjoying this content. All right. Yeah, Dorian, we did a video on that too with the Haitians and what they were doing in Ohio, and no one wanted to believe it. Do something different. I'm just listening and doing my push-ups. Make sure y'all get off your butts and work on your physical fitness. Okay, do something different. You're right. We all need to get moving. All right. So that's where we are, folks. And, you know, I just hope and pray that things will continue. I like what's going on, and I have no complaints. And all we can continue to do is support each other, not get caught up in the lies and the deception of the loonies that are telling us how racist everything is in this country. I watched a video on Saturday where Black women, I could show it to you if you want to see it. They were telling about the wonderful situations that they've had it on their jobs, and they had been warned, oh, white people, that they don't want you to get ahead and they're going to work against you. And they were just talking about how that was not the case. So sometimes you may be, you know, given some erroneous information, and you kind of sort of have to learn things on your own, that what you were told was not true. It was not true. Montrez, how are you doing, love? Yes, Montrez, they are showing their true colors. And thank God more people are waking up. They're showing they don't care anything about Americans. They only care all of this. Those of you who have a lot of new people that subscribe today, they show you who they care about. Going to El Salvador, going to these detention centers, jumping in front of these ICE vehicles, being arrested. When have they done that for Americans? Tell me. The young people deserve to build a better life for themselves, not the old. They live their lives and have very little time left. One of many, yes, go home. Same race, different place. Okay, so I'm saying, right, Lord Jammer? They need to go home and realize no one is, you know, and I tell my students, you know, if you don't make it, go home and look in the mirror. It's your fault. It's not white supremacy. It's not racism that's holding you back. It's you. That's all. Stop it with the white man, the white man, the white. You're never, I'll see you in 20 years and you're still going to be stuck complaining about something that is a figment of your imagination. While you have people who are here working and grinding every day trying to make a living, you're still here making excuses. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. Not at all. So people, we need to do better and get the word out. Where are we? In Texas, Democrats argued on the House floor to keep illegal squatters in your home while you go on vacation. Monique, and again, they don't get it. How is that helping Americans? Right? Smart Final. Yes. Is this country perfect? It is not. We may have people who are racist. That's fine. That has nothing. I've often said, if someone doesn't know me and then they don't like me because of my skin color, that's on them. That's between them and their God. Smart Final. What I do say is, that's not going to affect my success. Nothing is above our Creator. So my success will depend on me doing what I'm supposed to do. there's nothing they can do to stop me. Does that make sense? Blaming the white man is more of an excuse than a reality. Lord Jammer, that's what I'm saying. Stop with that already. Told you, I watched a video, and you know, of course, Whoopi Goldberg on The View, she's still talking about how oppressed Black people are, how bad Black people have it in 2025 in America. Ma'am, you are a multimillionaire. Stop with these lies. How is it so bad for you? And you live in an exclusive community. You're not living in the projects in the hood. What are you talking about? Steve, white people just spend all their time figuring out how they're going to hold Blacks down. Right. Like they have that. No one has that kind of time. Stop it. And let me show you this. I may as well go ahead and show you this. Because I watched this yesterday and I felt so good. I'm like, people are finally waking up, and they're learning to stop listening to these lies that the Democrats are feeding them. You know, talking about, oh, when you get that job, you know, white people are going to be racist towards you and they don't like Black people. And I watched this video where Black women were talking about they only want to work for white men. They talked about how they help them. I was just like, okay, we're getting somewhere. People are like, stop listening to the lies that people are telling you. Let me share that with you and then we'll go. Because this really moved me when I watched this video. It really did. And this is from Anton Daniels. He's a big time content creator. And I saw this and I was like, wow. And I agreed with some of what was said. Steve said whites have nothing better to do. Yeah, they have their own lives. Oh my goodness. Some people are still, you know, listening to, you know, believing something that happened, I guess, during Jim Crow. Now people are busy. Listen to this, folks. This is so, I was like, wow, people are waking up.
Find out my manager, my direct supervisor is going to be a minority, babe. Keep that DEI hire and keep that job offer too. I prefer to work under white men, okay? White, middle-aged, you know, men with a family, you know, AARP eligible, you know, the ones that got the AAA, the ones that eat off the IHOP 55 plus menu, you know what I mean? The Medicare eligible ones, give me that. Give me that. Because as far as I'm concerned, the minorities, they like to make you pay back the dues that they had to pay in 1987 when they first got their job as the model minority. And they want to like make sure that you have to do it too. Meanwhile, white man.
No lies are detected here. What she is saying is true. They want to make your life miserable and make you go through something they went through that you had nothing to do with. These oh my God, I was like, look at this. This is so true.
And he sees me, he goes, yep, let me give you this special project. What do you need? What's going to advance your career? How can I help you? None of the passive aggressiveness, none of the micromanaging, none of that extra shit, right? Give me Jim, Bob, Bill, give me that. Don't give me the minority, because as far as I'm concerned, anybody that looks like me or identifies as somebody who would be a DEI hire, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Y'all got a chip on y'all shoulder that I personally do not have the brain power to deal with. So as far as I'm concerned, hand me to the nearest white man.
Hey, and look, she no lies were detected there. Connie, this lady is so true. Don't come in my comment section attacking me. I can tell you about my experiences. Hey, no lies, and there's more to come. Just hold on. Connie said this lady is so true. Yes. Okay, let me. Lord, you said you saw this video, and you know people are big mad. Yeah, they're mad. Okay, but listen, I agree with it.
I have to agree. I think that once I let my ego go and I was able to ascend to some of the highest levels of corporate America, before I pivoted, obviously, I had always been working on my businesses, and then content creation was a thing. I will tell you that not just white men, but white women, I'll get to the white women shortly, but a white man, and I remember him vividly, he drove an Escalade. He went to the University of Michigan. He was one of the most impactful managers that I've ever had in my entire life. I would venture to say he was the most impactful manager, and he taught me a lot. And at first he was holding me accountable because he felt as though I was underselling myself and that my attitude wasn't as conducive as it needed to be in order to be a cultural fit. And then he gave me a couple books to read, and he forced me to actually be accountable for myself. And when I went back and I made some adjustments and I realized what he was really trying to do, he was trying to help me. It wound up being one of the most beneficial situations ever. He actually helped me to elevate. He even helped my daughter with some stuff. And at the time, she was really, really young, really, really small. And it was one of the most impactful people, and I still stay in touch with him today. Conversely, also, it was a white woman that gave me the biggest start in my career when I first started getting into information technology as a software engineer. And she actually helped me on her deathbed. She was dying of cancer. Nobody knew she was dying of cancer. And she made sure that she pushed me through and that she gave me the best deal and the best package that she possibly could before she died. And so when I see people talk about racism and that all white people are evil or nasty, I don't experience it. I don't know that. I don't know that life.
And that's what I have said before. Now, I know some people may have, but I agree with Anton Daniels. So we're told, of course, by the loonies, all white people are racist and you're not going to get promotions and you're not going to get this and that. Oh my God. And so I have to agree. And I've even talked to, in one school that I taught at, there was a black lieutenant colonel. And he told me, now this is just one, I can give you several examples. I'm just giving you this one. He told me when he was moving up, rank in the military, he was, going up, to the different steps. There was a black man who was right there in place to, for him to move up higher. He would not do it. The white man is the one that was the reason he got to move up in rank. So this happens. Like you said, some black people, I guess they've been through something hard or whatever. I don't know, but they just try to make it difficult so that you cannot succeed. This is a real thing, folks, whether people talk about it or not. This happens. Yes, Lord Jammer, facts. So yeah, here we go.
I've never seen somebody that is white hold me down.
No.
I've had managers. I've never had a black man manager. Let me say that. I've had black women managers, and that was the worst experience that I've ever.
Did you hear that? My first teaching job when I was done with college was a black female. She was a doctor. I won't give you her name. OMG, that was the worst. And I've taught for different school districts, all right? And I tell people all the time, I want my principal to be a man. I don't care what color he is, but women, no. No. All right, here we go.
Had in my entire life. And I don't hold it against them. I don't say that all black women managers are bad or anything like that. I think that everybody is their own individual and nobody's a monolith. I think that this conversation more or less speaks to the idea that diversity, equity, and inclusion is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. Meaning that if you hire people based off of identity politics instead of based off of merit, often at times you're going to find yourself in a negative situation.
That's right.
Or on the other side of that stick. There was another woman that actually replied to this. And so she gave her insight and her understanding as to what her experience is after watching her video. And let me show you what she had to say.
This video triggered me because I want so badly for her to be wrong. My very own lived experience is that the two people who were responsible for my career literally launching off of the platform were named Corey and Phil. And yes, they were. If you're asking me what they were, go back and watch her video. But yep, they were. And when I tell you special projects, temporary assignments, mentoring, everything that I needed to move forward in my career, the leaps and bounds that I took were when I was underneath a Corey and a Phil. And that is what.
And so when I see people automatically say that it's a system or they won't push you through, I know that in most instances that it's probably something wrong with you, not wrong with everybody else. It's not a they problem. It may be a you problem, but it certainly isn't a they problem.
But again, folks, a lot of people go into, you know, when they gain employment, professional or otherwise, you've been told, a lot of people go, you know, into it with an attitude because they've been told that they're going to be mistreated because they're Black. And so they don't really give it. How you doing, Prosperity? They go into it with an attitude. And so if a white person says something to them, oh, they're racist. That's the first, because that's what they've been taught. And just because a white person says something to you does not mean they're racist. They may be trying to correct you. But I got too much going on in my life to worry about race. Right, Lord Jammer? It's not that serious. And so, yeah, I just wanted you to hear that. Finish what he has.
Most people that are successful, especially men, and again, I have to preface this by saying that I never worked under a Black man before. But several of my mentors are white, and several of the people that had an impact in launching my career were white men. And they have always pushed me to be successful, always pushed me to be successful. I have experienced another manager that I just don't think that he was as good as his job, as good at his job because he had been pushed into that position. And he just wasn't a good manager. It wasn't necessarily that he had anything against me, but he just wasn't a good manager. I've learned that diversity, equity, and inclusion is just overrated. It is. It's an overrated concept. To think that somebody is going to be a good person based off of identity is the dumbest shit that I've ever heard in my entire life. To think that somebody is going to hold you back because of your identity is the dumbest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life.
But that's what the left, and that's all pretty much, I wanted to share about that. But again, people are waking up because they've been lied to basically and told that they're not going to get a fair deal, a fair shake. White people are after them. I mean, all these lies. And so now they're finding out, no. And now they're going on social media saying, hey, my white manager helped me do this. And so it's good. People are waking up and realizing I've been lied to. So that's just where we are. Okay, Prosperity, thanks for dropping in, love. Estevan Nurkin, God bless all. Yeah, God bless you too, Estevan. Hit the like button for me, please, dear. So that's where we are, folks. I wanted to share that because I watched that video and I'm like, wow, people are waking up and I am so happy. Because, if you go into something and you already have a preconceived notion, so if a white person says something to you, oh God, they're racist. No, look at the entirety of the situation. But the programming that has taken place, right? We talked about programming and indoctrination. When people have heard that all their lives and then they see that it's not actually the case, they're like, wow. And they're going on social media and telling about it. So, and that's what I tell my students, because I tell you one thing I do is I help students get jobs. And I tell them, go in, dress nicely. And it's all in how you handle every situation. And, if you have a tough situation, go in there, talk to your manager or whatever. Love all my human family. Yes, Estevan, yes. Thank you for stopping by the channel. Hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you are enjoying the content, dear. Thank you. Prosperity, Brandon Johnson and many Blacks in leader roles are racist. Boom. Prosperity, you missed it. I was talking about Chicago and how the Black businesses are suffering because of the Black hoodlums that are stealing them, robbing them into oblivion. And the NAACP does not say anything. They're too busy releasing statements about how they're not inviting Donald Trump, and it's the first time in their 116-year tradition not to invite a sitting U.S. president. Like he gives a care. He doesn't. So yeah. Okay, so anyway, hi everyone who just joined the chat. Oh yeah, hello everyone who just joined the chat. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And so that's what we're doing, Prosperity. I know you're just joining. We're exposing the hypocrisy of the NAACP. And you see what they're focused on, illegal immigration. They're not doing anything for Black Americans. And if you are a member, they're just taking your money. You're my angel, are one of my truth warriors. Love you, Rob. Oh, love you too, Esteban. Thank you for dropping in, dear. Yeah, all right. Thank you so much. Steve, I bet there's more racism between Blacks than there is between Blacks and whites. Okay, Steve is calling it. Dark Blacks don't like, yeah, there's colorism in the Black community between dark-skinned Blacks and light-skinned Blacks. As quiet as it's kept. Steve is speaking truth. There is. So, and there's that. Okay. No lies were detected here. That's okay, Esteban. We're glad when you can join us, dear. You know, I know life's going on. So, hey, you catch it when you can, dear. Dorian, hood Blacks hated suburban Blacks. Yeah, I mean, there's always classism and things of that nature. And again, Dorian, since you brought that up, we talk about they want Blacks who are successful to invest, to stay in those communities. But when they try to stay and invest, we see what happens. That's why they love Kendrick Lamar and hate Drake. Okay, do something different. Where are we? Yeah, so that's all I wanted to speak to you about, folks. And if you were not here, I'll drop the link from Saturday. Yes, Prosperity. You know how we feel about Chicago. Prosperity, did you know all the McDonald's were shutting down because of crime? Dave, how you doing? Dave, it's a chat room for everyone. Come on and join us. Keep fighting, Prosperity. I know you're busy, but we're glad that you're here. Keep fighting for your rights. Right, Prosperity. They should be glad. But the crime, of course, is a lot of these places, just like the drugstores and dollar stores, they're leaving because of the crime. And no, the NAACP says nothing. Blacks in the suburbs get called whitewash and all these other, yeah, they do. Even though Blacks who live in the suburbs, they don't commit these offenses. Everyone's lumped together, thrown in the same pot. Prosperity, you're paid. Yes, Prosperity. And she hasn't been here in a while because she's busy. Fighting for truth and justice. Chat, this is the #1 smart lady. Listen up, we may learn. Oh yeah, Esteban. Yeah, I'm pretty much done, Esteban. But you can go back and watch what I covered. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Dave hit the like button as well as the subscribe button if you are enjoying this content, dear. Okay. Good, Dorian. Yeah, listen to the old music. Okay, you learn a lot. And so that's what we're doing, folks. I enjoyed all of it. We had a lot of people to come in today, over 2,000. Wow. I didn't realize that many people came through the live stream. I just checked. Okay, my girl. How in the world do you know? Dave Cruz. Okay. So anyway, that's it. Unless you have some questions for me, we're going to keep on moving on. And I like again, what is taking place, and I want it to continue. That's right. Prosperity is not, she's been voting Republican conservatively for years. Thank you so much, Baldwin Birds. Do something different. I'm not a fan of either one. Yeah, the colorism, it's bad. It is. That's a good question. Oh my good. Dorian, I probably wouldn't want to be mayor of any because I wouldn't deal with the nonsense, and I probably wouldn't be in office for very long. Did you see the video when Danielle from Chicago Flips Red got into a fight with a rhino Republican? I did not, Montrez. I've been so busy trying to keep up with this. Yeah, get the likes up and the subscribe. Thank you, Lord Jammer. Yes, my girls. That's why we're often told, do not assume. Right? How you doing, Donna DeRose? Donna, because I had it earlier. They're saying he's fascist and he's racist. All of these other things that they've been saying, that they always say about conservatives. So he doesn't care that he's not invited. He has more important things to do. Donna, hit the like button and the subscribe button if you are enjoying this content, dear. He could care less. Again, he's trying to correct the wrongs of the past 4 years that we all had to endure. So that's where we are with that. And again, this is the referendum from the American people. But if conservatives criticize them, all of a sudden it's racism. Of course it is. That's their go-to. And thank God things are changing. And hey, this is what we voted for. And so I am fine with it. So there we go. And I just say, I think, again, this hill that the Democrats are dying on will be to their ultimate demise. And notice that the birds all fly together. When the bird is alive, it eats the ants, and when the bird dies, the ants eat. Yeah, that's the cycle of life. Yes. All right. I agree. And I feel, like I said, we have to get ready. We have to be vigilant. The 2026 midterms are coming up. We have to continue to share the information so that more people wake up. And I feel that the Democrats, it's over. They're never going to win again because they're on the wrong side. And Americans like what Trump is doing so far as this illegal immigration crisis is going on. It's happening. This is what they voted for. Yes, Lord Jammer, boom. And so for them, again, they lost the White House, the Senate, the House. They lost everything. And they're still supporting illegal immigration. And what I can say to them, in the words of Carole King, and it's too late, baby, now it's too late, though we really did try to make it. Something inside has died, and I can't hide, and I just can't fake it. Oh no. Carole King, 1973, Tapestry, boom. Yes. Oh my God. Did I take you back? Where are my Generation Xers? Carole King. Yes. I love Carole King. Tapestry. Yes. Yes. Please walk away. Think for yourselves. God gave everyone a brain. Use it. Yes. Exactly. They could shout it if they wanted to. Yes. Yes, exactly. I agree wholeheartedly. And also, another one of my favorite classics. Hold on, let me close this stuff out. Make sure I'm on the same page here. From Linda Ronstadt. This is the song I think of when I think about the Democrats. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good. I'm gonna say it again. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good. Yes. Okay, Esteban, you're fine, dear. Lord Jammer, you like that? That's Linda Ronstadt, baby. 1974 was a good year. Woo! Oh my God. Yeah, they're trying to block it. They are. Yeah. So again, we have Prosperity down there in Chicago, and she's on the front line fighting. And so let's keep Prosperity lifted up in our prayers, because she's doing all that she can. And thank God she, didn't let those people, the mayor, the city council people, run over her. Prosperity, keep fighting. Keep fighting, love. All right. Don't let them block it, Prosperity. All right, do something different. When will I be loved? Yeah. Yeah, stay safe in Chicago. Yes, be safe. Please be safe. Yes, we know the hard work that you're putting in, Prosperity. So just be safe, love, and we do have you lifted up. And keep doing what you're doing. The people in Chicago who continue to vote blue, they just don't realize if it wasn't for people like you who were not voting blue, you're going to save yourself and the other people who still vote blue no matter who. Wow. Yes, it's a pathetic excuse. All right, we're going to get out of here. I've enjoyed all of you. And I don't know when I'll be live. If I go live again, it may not be until Thursday or Friday. Those of you who've been here for a while, school is out, but I'm still working. The students are gone, but I'm still there at the school working. And I have a convention to go to. When is it? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So if I get back, early enough on Thursday, we'll have a show. Thank you, Lord Jammer. If not, then we'll just do a show on Friday. I enjoyed all of you. If you enjoyed the content, 2 more likes. Can I get 2 more likes? Hit that little thumb. 2 more likes and we'll be at 100, folks. So yeah. Have a blessed, you too, Florida. All right, we're at 100. Woohoo! We made it to 100 people. Yeah, hit that like. If you enjoyed this, Dee's Ride Service, hey, you're going to have to do the replay, Dee's Ride Service. Go back and look at the clips I shared. Look at the hypocrisy of the NAACP and how they are doing nothing for the people that they say they are here to support. Okay, Dorian, I'll look that up. Thank you, love. Yes, get the likes up. That blows up the YouTube logarithm. Thank you, Lord Jammer. It sure does. Yes. Donna DeRose, are you new here? Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We're glad you're here. Oh, I'll cover her trial. Don't worry. I got it. Dee's Ride Service. So many good streams and videos. Yes, there's a lot going on, Dee's Ride Service. So we're glad you're here. All the lies are being exposed, all of them. Yeah, love and light to all of you. One of many. Thanks for dropping in. We enjoyed you. I'll be live again either Thursday or Friday. It just depends on how early I get back Thursday from my convention. Okay. All right. I enjoyed you, and all of you be safe until we meet again. You know, I'm coming to talk to you in the comment section as soon as I end the live stream. And thank you so much for your commentary. This is very cathartic for me. I enjoy interacting with you, talking about these important issues. And I just love exposing the hypocrisy. Where are we? Esteban, God bless Angel, must go soon. Okay. Thank you so much, Esteban. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'll leave now and look for me Thursday or Friday. And I'll be on. And I'm coming to talk to you now in the comments section. Please be safe, folks. I will as well, so I can get back to you. We're just going to a convention. Tube Steak, we're leaving, dear. You're going to have to catch the replay. Hit that like button for me, please, dear. But yeah, we're going to a convention, and I may be able to jump on if something happens. I'll see. Just depends on the hotel Wi-Fi. But I'm coming to talk to all of you now. L the Third. Oh, how you doing, love? Haven't seen you in a while. Hit that like button and look for me Thursday or Friday. Or if the hotel Wi-Fi is working okay, I may jump on earlier in the week if I can get it to work. If it's not choppy, okay? All right, Vicky, how you doing, love? You take care too, L the Third. All right, so coming to talk to you now in the comment section. Love you. Be safe.